Morning. We are today working on page 541, written exercises 1 to 24, which is adding and subtracting radicals, and the class would like to say good morning.
Good morning.
And they're wide awake, so we'll start with number 1.
Maria's not here again.
She died again.
Actually, I think
Okay, Maria is here in spirit. We had number 1, 8 radical 3, copy it down, minus 6 radical 3. So let's start with the missing Maria.
2 radical 3.
That would be 2 radical 3. Circle your answer. Number 3, negative 13 radical 17 minus 7 radical 17. Nicholas?
It would be negative 20 radical 17.
Correct. Number 5, 5 radical 3 plus 2 radical 75. Meg?
You could break the 75 into, so 5 radical 3
That's 25 times.
plus 2 radicals 7. Well,
You could write it right above here. It's 25 times 3, isn't it?
it's right.
So the square root of 25 is
5,
5 times 2 is
10,
10 radical
3.
3. Now we can put them together.
So that's 15 radical
Right. Number 7, 3 radical 32 minus 4 radical 63. Patrick? We have nothing the same under the radical, at least right now, so
Can
probably
you scroll back up to
simplify.
number 5? Thank you.
What?
Simplify. Pull out your greatest perfect
Uh,
squares. What's the largest?
16.
16 times 2. What's the largest one here?
9 and 7.
Okay, so the square root of 16 is
4.
4 times 3
12 radical 2 minus
minus.
12 radical 7.
Yeah, we simplified everything, which we had to do, yet they're different radicals, so that has to be our answer. Number 9. Everybody caught up?
Yep.
Okay, Steffi.
Oh, okay.
Nothing under the radical sign the same. We need to check and make sure they're simplified, no perfect squares. So 28,
4 times 7. So it's,
45.
15.
15 is not a perfect square.
3. I was thinking.
What's the perfect square in 45?
9 times 5.
Okay. Take out the
And-
square root of 4, which is,
2, so it's 10 radical 7.
take out the square root of 9, which
Minus
is,
6 radical 5.
and again, we simplified, but there was no common radical. Number 11. Vincent? Radicals are different, so we need to see if we can simplify them.
4 and 2. And for 12, 4 and 3.
So take out the square root of 4, which would be
2, which is going to make it negative 22.
radical
2
in this one.
minus 7 no, not 7. It's going to be negative 14 radical 3.
Correct. 13, Marion. We have 9 radical 13 minus 6 radical 11 plus radical 13.
Okay, then the 9 radical 13 plus 13, radical 13, and 10 radical 13.
Right, there's a 1 understood in front, so there are 10 of those radical 13s.
Minus 6, 11, and you can't simplify them.
6 radical 11?
Yes.
Okay. Number 15. Back to you, Maria. Any simplifying?
4 times 7,
Okay, so that would become,
10 radical 7.
we'll bring down the others since I don't think we can find any perfect squares in 7 and 14 other than 1. So,
So 12 radical 7 minus radical 14.
right. $17. Does anyone know the perfect square in 338? Right offhand?
Four.
Does anyone know the perfect square in this one? 200? 100 times 2. Does anyone know the perfect square in this one?
4.
Bigger.
16. No.
No,
30.
no. There's a clue right in this one here. If any of these can be combined, what's going to be left under the radical sign in
Two.
this one? A 2. Perhaps try dividing
81.
by 2.
81.
81 times 2, and here,
160.
I think we found it. Find one, see what's left, and try that. So this is going to be what? Whose is this? Nicholas? Square root of 169, we all know that is. Square root of 100?
10.
Square root of 81?
9.
Okay, and they all have a radical 2 after that, so that means we can add the numbers in front, collect them.
So it would be negative 14 radical 2.
Right. And then we have 19 through 24. 19. We have the square root of 55 minus 7 radical 5/11ths. First thing we need to do is what? Anyone?
Do radical 5 and radical 11.
And then we have to do what? You can look at the example of the book above those problems. We have to rationalize that square root of 11,
so
right?
multiply by 11 square root of 11
Over,
over square root of
so now what do we have?
11.
Square root of 55 minus
Minus 7
7.
times over
Radical
radical 55 over 11.
Okay, now, we can't leave it like this because it's like having a whole number minus a fraction. So we're going to get the same denominator, which would be what?
11.
So this is over 1. 1 goes into 11 how many times?
11.
So this would be 11 radical 55, correct? Minus 7 radical 55 over 11. Now, since they have the same denominator, what can I do with the numerators?
Subtract.
What's 11 minus 7?
4.
4 radical 55 over
Over 11.
11. So we're going to try a couple of these problems. And 20, I have to scroll down a little bit here. 21, we have 3 radical 18 plus square root of 2 radical 25. Patrick? Is there a perfect square in 18?
9.
Okay, so if we take that out, what do we have?
We have 9 radical 2.
And over here, split it up, it's the square root of 2 over the,
Square root of 25.
so now we can rewrite it 9 radical 2 plus what?
Radical 2 over 5.
Okay, we put this over 1, because we're going to add these fractions. What's the least common denominator?
5.
This one is fifths, so 1 goes into 5 how many times?
5.
5 times 9.
45. Radical
So we can add those?
2. 46 radical 2 over 5.
Very good. Any questions? And the last one? caught up?
Yeah.
Or you're scrambling?
Okay, that's good.
Okay, Steffi, the last one. We have the square root of 5/11 minus the square root of 11/5. So what do we need to do?
Put them under the same radicand.
No, we need to split them up actually,
Oh, okay.
and then rationalize them. So how do I get the square root of 11 out of the bottom?
You multiply by square root of
Well, let's
11.
get it to not be a radical. Minus the square root of 11 over the square root of 5. And this one, to rationalize it, I need to multiply by the
5.
square root of 5, top and bottom. Okay, so what does the top become over here? The square root of 5 times the square root of 11.
55. The square root of 55.
Over
11.
11.
Minus
This one
the square root of 55.
over
5.
5. Least common denominator.
55.
And 11 goes into 55.
5 times, so it's 5 radical 5.
5 radical 55.
55. And then 11 radical 55.
So now you can subtract and you get
Is negative 6 radical 55 over 55.
right, and you cannot cancel those because those are not 55s, both of them. The other one's square root of 55. Okay, thank you. You can stop that.